What's up, VIP gang, and welcome back to the VIP Lounge, where we like to add value, make an impact, and of course, serve a purpose. I just want to say, dating for people with craniofacial deformities has to be the hardest thing I've ever done. And if you find this video in any way helpful, insightful, and inspiring, please do hit me with a red rose emoji, just so I know that you guys are watching my content and relating with what I'm saying. Society has developed unrealistic expectations and narrow definitions and mindsets about what beauty is. You put me in a room with other women. How many men are going to raise their hand and pick me? Because society has trained us to believe that beauty is what the eyes see. But we have men that feel like women that are naturally confident and comfortable in their own skin. And societal standards of what beauty is has really affected a lot of young women. In fact, women that are not disabled going out of their way to get a BBL, to bleach their skin, to get their teeth done. And I'm just here in my natural state. 90% of the time, I'm in my natural hair. I hardly put on makeup. I really get my nails done. You think someone like me who's socially deemed as imperfect would go out of their way to enhance the way that I look, but nope, that is not me. But it's still a challenge because I still have to deal with society. Men will always have options, and unfortunately, I will never be the first option. I'll probably be the last option for those type of men that prioritize outward beauty. The second thing I want to talk about is limited to non-existent attention. Whew. In general, I don't interact with the opposite gender as much as I probably should and probably would like to. I don't know the misconception that has circulated around socially that I'm not approachable. I'm fun, I'm confident, playful, free spirited, but attention is something that is very difficult. All my life I have been the shadow, I've been invisible. I have a twin sister and society has really put her on a pedestal. But we are twins. We have the same mother and father. If I make friends or I develop what I think is probably a relationship, it ends up with that person liking my sister more than me. And that has always been an insecurity of mine. If I'm to get into a relationship, is this person going to like me and like me? Because there's a difference. You can love someone and accept them the way that they are, but it's a completely different thing to like them. I once dated someone who started talking to my sister and even flirting with her. That made me feel very insecure about myself. What does she have that I don't? And what am I supposed to have that other women and girls have that I don't? I know I'm a strong, confident human being, but many a times I just feel inadequate, especially when men express the type of girl or woman that they're looking for. And there's always that thing where physical attraction is up there. The other day I spoke to a friend. I'm lying, he's not my friend. True friendship is a two-way street. This guy really talks to me, and this guy has also shaken my confidence ever since he got to know that I have a twin sister. In fact, I don't know why I still have his number. But anyways, the real story is that he recently got into a relationship and he showed me his girlfriend. No lie, she's so beautiful. I'm now realizing that feeling of inadequacy is because I am interacting and engaging with somebody that does not value me as somebody who's important in their life. And as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm just gonna delete his number, forget about this unofficial friendship. Because I don't need that negative energy in my life. I don't need to constantly think that other women are better than me because I'm just like any other woman out there. Attractiveness is not only physical, but a lot of people focus on the physical. I don't know if this is about men being visual creatures or them just having a shallow mindset about the qualities that you're supposed to look for in a partner. My eyes are different. I have misaligned teeth. My ears are different. I am extremely short and petite. Basically, I'm not physically appealing. But here's the funny thing. I always have people telling me I'm beautiful. It's always the ladies that are telling me that I'm beautiful. Some people will tell you that you're beautiful because they feel pity for you. And some people will even approach you, wanting to date you just to get the hype. But then the relationships blow up. Imagine if I was to date somebody without a disability with my physical condition. I would definitely cringe just because one guy, whether he has good intentions or bad intentions, our relationship would make news headlines everywhere just because one guy dares to date a physically so-called unattractive girl. The next thing I want to talk about is that lack of representation and visibility for people with craniofacial deformities. The fact that we don't have a lot of people online with my condition who openly embrace that, it's difficult to freely and openly raise awareness and be visible to society. Because you notice that even on social media, I get thousands, 50,000 views on a post or a reel. But if you check my like count or my followers, they don't even match the number of accounts that I'm reaching. But you find that a lot of people are just swiping, going to the next post. So there's still a lot of discrimination, a lot of stigma, a lot of misconceptions about people with craniofacial deformities and dating. And honestly, we still have a long way to go. I have been trying to demystify that by being a little bit active and just trying to be out there. I'm not that kind of person that likes to be out in public all the time, but in order to raise awareness and open doors for people with the same condition as mine, I've had to be bold and brave enough to put myself out there to create an environment where we eliminate discrimination and we educate people that craniofacial deformities is a real condition. It can happen to anybody. It's a congenital condition. Let's talk about rejection. But rejection is real. You get sidelined for somebody that is not physically deformed. A lot of people would tend to think, how am I going to relate to this person and their physical appearance? And I have faced rejection, and I still do. I just know it, and I can feel it that if I express myself, this person is just going to shut me out, and it's just going to make me feel some type of way about myself. So to avoid all of that drama and negativity, if I like someone, I just keep quiet. I don't want to be the one doing all the dirty work. The other point is lack of trust. I have been in two real relationships. The rest, I don't know what it was. I don't have a name for it, but I had major trust issues. You get into a relationship with someone, next thing you know, that person is now entertaining your friends or your relatives or even somebody that you work with. It's a lot. Before I go, can I just also talk about the fact that I have a problem with people that think or believe people with disabilities, especially people with craniofacial deformities like me, don't like relationships or don't engage in adult entertainment. We are no different, we are exactly the same. I think the only difference is approach. I have a lot to say on that. I will make a separate video about that. The fact that a lot of guys tend to distance themselves from me and claim that it's respect. Okay, if you say so, why is it that you are okay with hanging out with so and so, but you've never texted me or invited me to go out somewhere? If you claim to respect me, you can respect me and still have some sort of relationship. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. There's a certain level of comfort that guys have with other people that are not disabled. If you genuinely respect me and keep your distance out of respect, it's fine, I can understand that. But if you claim to respect me, but tell yourself that I don't want to get any closer to this girl, then oof, you've got a problem, a huge problem. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys deep, and I will see you in the next one.